Picture this. It's a boring Tuesday. You're half awake scrolling your phone, and you open your investment app for no reason. You expect nothing, and then you see it. Your portfolio made more money yesterday than you did at work. Not in a someday way, in a yesterday way. And suddenly one question hits you like cold water. If my money can out-earn me, what am I still trading my life for? That moment is real. It's not motivation, not mindset, not a vision board. It's a measurable milestone, a point you can calculate, a point that quietly separates people who work because they want to from people who work because they have to. It's called the crossover point, the day your investments can cover your life, your rent, your food, your bills, your existing on earth subscription. Work becomes optional, not because you became a guru, but because the math flipped. And the weird part? Most people never even learn this exists. They grind for decades, hit 65, and hope Social Security, plus whatever savings they scrape together, is enough. They live their whole life without realizing there's a scoreboard. So let's make it painfully clear. The crossover point is just two moving lines. Line number one, your expenses, what your life costs per month. Housing, transport, food, insurance, subscriptions, the random stuff you forgot you're paying for. Line number two, your investment income, what your money generates through dividends, interest, and growth. At the start, it's basically a flat line at zero. At first, nothing feels like it's happening. You invest, you wait, you check the app, it goes up $30, down $50, and you wonder if this is all a joke. That's normal. Compound growth is quiet until it isn't, because the investment line doesn't grow like a staircase. It grows like a curve, slowly, then faster, then, wait, how did it get this big? Faster. Now here's the key. Your crossover point isn't some mystical retirement dream. It's literally a number. Take your monthly expenses, multiply by 12 to get yearly expenses, then multiply by 25. That's the classic shortcut based on a 4% rule. A rough guideline for what a diversified portfolio could sustainably support over long periods. Example, if your life costs $4,000 per month, that's $48,000 per year. Multiply by 25 and you get $1.2 million. That's the work becomes optional number for that lifestyle. And yes, your brain probably just yelled, I'll never hit $1.2 million. Cool. Your brain says that because it's protecting you from disappointment, but the math doesn't care about your feelings. So let's run it. Let's build a realistic scenario. You start investing $500 per month, you earn an average 8% per year over time, and you stay consistent. In the early years, it feels pointless. But around the first big psychological threshold, often somewhere between $50,000 and $100,000, something shifts. Your portfolio stops feeling like a number in an app and starts feeling like a second engine in your life. A 2% market move is no longer lunch money. It's a rent payment. Suddenly, compound growth isn't a concept. You can feel it. And here's where people get it wrong. They treat financial freedom like a light switch, off, then on. But it's more like a dimmer, a gradient. When your investments generate $300 per month, that's your phone, your subscriptions, maybe part of groceries. At $1,000 per month, that's most bills. At $2,000 per month, your life starts to feel different even if you still work. Your job loses the power to scare you. This is the freedom gradient. Every milestone buys you negotiating power, the ability to say no, the ability to leave a toxic boss, the ability to breathe. Now let me hit you with the cheat code most people miss. The crossover point depends on two levers, not one. Lever A, how much you invest. Lever B, how much your life costs. People obsess over investing more and ignore the fact that lowering expenses moves the finish line closer and frees cash to invest. It's a double win. If you cut expenses from $4,000 to $3,000 per month, your crossover number drops from $1.2 million to $900,000. You didn't save $1,000. You shaved $300,000 off the finish line. And if that same change lets you invest $1,000 per month instead of $500, Now you're not on the slow lane anymore. You just changed the timeline dramatically. Want to go even more extreme? If you engineer your life down to $2,000 per month, roommates, moving, house hacking, killing vampire subscriptions, your crossover number becomes $600,000. That's a totally different planet. Now, quick reality check. Markets are volatile. Crashes happen. Inflation exists. Yes. But here's the twist. During the accumulation phase, a crash is not a game over. It's a discount. If you keep buying while prices are lower, you're picking up more shares for the same dollars. That's how disciplined investors accidentally get rich. The real danger isn't volatility, it's panic. Selling low because your emotions hijacked your plan. That's why the crossover point matters. It turns investing from entertainment into a mission with a finish line. Now let's talk about another invisible milestone that feels like a superpower. Coast Fire. Coast Fire is when you've invested enough that even if you stop contributing, your portfolio can still grow to your crossover number by normal retirement age. Translation: you've locked in your future, and now you can choose a lower stress job, work fewer hours, or breathe without the fear clock ticking so loudly. And that leads to the most underrated benefit of all this: options. Financial independence isn't just about quitting work. It's about quitting bad work. It's about not being trapped. So what do you do today? Like, literally after this video? 5 steps. Track your real monthly expenses for the last 90 days. Not guesses, real numbers. Multiply by 12, then by 25. That's your crossover target. Write it down. Subtract your current invested amount. That's your gap. Estimate how fast you're closing the gap with your monthly investing rate. Attack both levers, raise investing, lower expenses, without making life miserable. And here's the mindset shift that changes everything. Every purchase has 2 prices: the money you pay today and the freedom you delay tomorrow. That upgrade car isn't just a monthly payment, it's months of your life. That impulse $200 order isn't just $200, it's the future compounding you just canceled. Once you see the crossover point, you can't unsee it. The game becomes clear. Are you buying comfort now or buying freedom later? And the best part is this: the crossover point doesn't require perfection. It requires consistency. It requires you to stay in the game long enough for the curve to do what curves do. One day, on a random Tuesday, you'll open your app and realize something quietly insane. Your money worked harder than you did, and you didn't lift a finger. That's not luck. That's math. If you want more videos that turn vague financial advice into clear, calculable steps, subscribe, and I'll see you in the next one.